Last week I spoke about the market shifting and we explored data from the Toronto Real Estate Board, and there was no denying that it is trending down. You are welcome to watch last video if you missed the proof of market shifting during June. But in this video, I'm going to further discuss my current analysis of my client's situation where she is planning to sell and purchase in the area of Dovercourt-Wallace Emerson-Junction. And maybe that could help you understand the actual behavior in the active local market in the summer of 2023. Hey, I'm Antonio, a local real estate agent in the GTA. Before I forget, if you enjoy my weekly videos, whether it's a market update or a home tour, I noticed that most of the viewers do not subscribe to the channel. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would help the channel grow and help spread the video to anyone that is interested in this topic. And of course, I will greatly appreciate it. Let's not waste more time and get into the video by first exploring my client's situation. As usual, I don't want to make the video too long, and this is going to be a brief summary of my client. The purpose is to walk you through the process and provide you with the market shifting during the emergence of the hot market since February of this year when the Bank of Canada announced the rate pause, until most recently in June when it announced a 0.25 basis point raise. This is the most up-close experience, and as an active real estate agent in the market, I want to walk you through this client of mine with whom I have been in contact more than a year ago when she bought a condo townhouse at the peak of 2022 and decided to sell it quickly, not because they are house flipper and want to make a quick buck, but instead because she thought she could live with it with her two big dogs in this property. But it ended up that she really wanted a bigger space, and there is really not quite enough space for her dogs. Real estate agents aren't just focused on sales. I want to debunk this myth. It frustrates me because I see how hard we work for our clients. In reality, only a small group of agents handle most of the sales transactions in the GTA. Surprisingly, just 13% of licensed real estate professionals last 5 years in the industry. Ask any good agent and they tell you that their business mainly comes from repeat clients and referrals. Why would we neglect those who trust and want to work with us again? Word of mouth is a primary source of opportunity, so I would be foolish to act selfishly. Ultimately, agents who prioritize their own interests won't last long in this business. And that is the reason this client of mine came back to me this year, although she knew that she would lose money knowing that she bought it at the peak of 2022 and planning to sell it in such a short time. If you are familiar with the Toronto Real Estate Board destination of W2, then you know that this is located just west of Annex, and this is Dovercourt-Wallace Emerson-Junction. Over the years, this neighborhood has gone through some gentrification and new developments that make this neighborhood attractive and trendy. My client's condo townhouse was developed in 2015. This Toronto townhouse sits near DuPont Street and Lansdowne Avenue, and it has a wide number of modern stacked townhouses in the area and mostly low-rise residential areas. It is important to note the timeline of the transaction. These are all the listings from the beginning of January of 2022 when the market was at its peak until March when the first rate hike was announced. There were a total of 24 transactions from January of 2022 until July 2023, and we are looking at the street of Foundry Avenue where all of them are stacked townhouses and could be broken down into 4 unit sizes. The least and most are the 2 bedrooms between 800 and 899 square feet. Next, we have the 1000 to 1199 square feet. The next size up was 1200 to 1399 square feet, and there are just a few of 1400 plus square feet. The average townhouse price from all 24 transactions is about 983,000. Let's look at it in more detail, starting with the townhouse size between 800 and 899 square feet. In January of 2022, when the market was really at its peak, it was sold in just one day for 870,000. And we quickly learned the next 2 transactions sold higher at 990,000 and 992,000 in early March of 2022. This is the period when there were multiple offers for most transactions in the market, and finally peaked at 994,000 in late March of 2022. There were many sales after the interest rate hike, and we saw the biggest dip in September of 2022 when we sold for 853,000, which was 141,000 less or 14% down from the peak. So far, the most recent sale was on June 8th when it was sold for 815,000, which is another 38,000 less or 18% down from the peak. This is where we are standing now. Moving on to the townhouse sizes between 1,000 and 1,199 square feet, it was sold for 950,000 on February 2nd of 2022, and for 1.05 million in the next transaction for the 3 bedrooms, which was also sold in early February when the peak was. Then after February, we saw the price dip between 952,000 and 975,000, and strangely, we had one unit reach the peak price at 1.05 million during May of 2022, and then it went as low as 15% down to 890,000. During early January of 2022, it went back up and matched the peak at 1.052 million when the inventory was low in the early part of the year. I would assume the price would be going down a little if there were units that were sold presently. For unit sizes between 1,200 and 1,399 square feet, last year during the peak, units sold for 1.173 million, which was the peak in February of 2022, and we saw it decline to 1.111 million in March, and ever since it has been hovering above 1 million. With the most recent sale in May of 2023 at 1.033 million, this unit townhouse has a lesser decline percentage of 12% from the peak. There was only one unit size that was above 1,400 square feet that was sold for 1.07 million during May of 2023, which there wasn't any comparison. I hope this demonstrates the volatility of the market ever since the peak market in January of last year 2022, and we witnessed the downshift of the market when the rate hike was announced during March of 2022, an 8 consecutive month of rate increase, which made these townhouses in this area decline up to 18% from the peak. Last but not least, we saw the prices match the peak from early February of 2023 till the May of 2023 because of low inventory and the period of bidding wars back on the market. With the most current rate increase in June, we're starting to see activity slow down because of the seasonality of summer. I know this analysis was just based on the Dovercourt-Junction area and doesn't represent every part of the GTA, but I just wanted to share this analysis to give you a perspective from the field. I spoke to many realtors and they also had similar experiences in their area. Bottom line, in my opinion, the short spurt of the early part of the year had already peaked, and we can see prices coming down a little bit more during the slow season in the summer. Like the situation of my client, she is looking to sell at a loss. It would be advantageous to purchase a new property since we are witnessing fewer offers and sometimes no offers on property at the moment and less competition. This is a huge difference between February and May. Again, it depends on the situation. The slow season could be a good thing for you if you happen to look for deals in the less competitive period. Anyway, I want to keep the video short, so I will end it here. I hope you learned something from my client situation, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.